Alright, good morning. Got started a couple of minutes late, but not too bad. Um, I don't recall if Ilari was the last file I had open, so I may have to reload in a sec, because I just realized I was playing Lunan's file. So see if I should maybe not have hit continue. Nope, okay. In we go! See who's doing what. And then off to Valimar. One of the slightly alarming things that I saw switching files was going from the sheer amount of crap that I have to do with Ilari to Lunan's war table map, which is almost totally empty. Oh, Hunterfell. Okay, I have Hunterfell, where I don't remember who the first one is supposed to be, and then I have Source of Darkspawn attacks where I think I want Leliana, so that I don't murder all of the Grey Wardens. Because this string of war table missions, you have to start with Cullen, because otherwise the Grey Wardens don't get sent in the first place. So you have to send Cullen the first time, but then after that you need to send not Cullen, or the the Grey Wardens are completely overwhelmed by the Darkspawn. Josephine, I love you, but that's useless. Let's go with Leliana for this one.
Let's see what we have.
This is probably Josephine. It's usually Josephine. The Heartlands. Vineyards. Wine. I think I've usually done Comte de Maurier. Distant relation of the Empress. Yeah.
Inquisitor.
I think. And then this one. Oh, god damn it. This one's supposed to be Josephine, isn't it? Whatever. Reconciliation for Selene and Michelle. Yada yada yada. A note from Josephine. An interesting development. We received a visit from a cloaked woman who was revealed to be Lady Colombe, one of Empress Celine's trusted attendants. The Empress knows that Michelle has joined the Inquisition, and sent Colombe seeking a secret reconciliation. This subterfuge is necessary, of course, to protect Celine's reputation. An Empress's mind cannot be seen to be easily swayed by something as inconsequential as friendship. I'm really tempted to go with Leliana's fuck you no. But very heartwarming, but Celine could have found Michelle before now if she had a mind to reconcile. No, she is playing at something more, and we will not be drawn into her game. Test her resolve. If she wants a reconciliation, let her make it public. Versus Cullen. Good. Friends are few and far between these days. I'm glad to see the Empress come to her senses. I will inform Michelle immediately. I feel like if I do that, he's gonna get murdered. So I'm gonna not do that. Yeah. Send troops to help other troops. This makes sense. Okay, good enough. I'm spending too long at the war table here. We're gonna go talk to Varric. We're not gonna do a puppet master right now. Ooh, wait. I have superb amulet of evasion. I'm pretty sure Sarah has the regular amulet of evasion, so I'm gonna at least switch that around. Yeah! Okay, I lied. She has an enhanced amulet of evasion, so now she has superb. Okay, moving on. What's in my inventory? Not that much. We'll go with it. Alright. Varric! Speak to me, introduce me, introduce me.
I appreciate the warning, but you shouldn't have come yourself. What if the guild found out, or what's his name?
Are you worrying for me or for yourself?
Yes.
A little of column A, a little of column B. I am the expendable one, after all.
Relatable.
Don't worry, I'll protect you. We'll just have to... Well, this is a surprise. You're the Inquisitor, right? Bianca Davry, at your service.
It shouldn't be a surprise. Varric is a very important friend. You know nothing.
Your name is Bianca.
It's a common name. Half the girls in the Merchants Guild are named Bianca. The other half are named Helga. I lucked out.
I take it you're a friend of Varric's.
Who isn't a friend of Varric's? You have met him before, right?
And yet you're surprised to see the Inquisitor coming over to talk to him. Ooh, okay. Stretch, sorry.
Any friend of Varric's is welcome here.
Laurie is entirely too polite.
Like that. Some of his friends you don't want to meet. Oh, maybe you do. Who am I to judge?
Bianca's got a lead on where Corypheus got his red lyrium.
The site of Bartran's Folly, the tag Varric found, has been leaked. There's a deep roads entrance crawling with strange humans carting out red lyrium by the handful.
Strange humans? What's strange about them, Bianca?
How do we know they're not using multiple entrances to get to the Tig?
Navigating the deep roads isn't like the surface. There's no accurate maps of the whole system, and there are cave-ins, darkspawn, lava floods. If you find a route that gets where you're going, you don't deviate. Trying to find another way could be deadly.
I also feel like, at that line, one of my Inquisitors, probably not Ilari, but one of my Inquisitors would go, oh, let's send someone to map out the deep roads, I need maps!
Who could have given away the Tig's location?
There were a few people who knew. Hirelings from the expedition, a couple of close friends.
How they found out isn't important. What matters is we know where they are now.
Sorry, still getting over that throat thing, words.
If it's such a secret, how do you know about it, Bianca?
I told her. Right after the expedition, I wrote and told Bianca what we found.
Which was your first
I had
mistake.
Artifacts that needed buyers, and she had more contacts that would pay for them. Plus, I owed her.
You made a mistake, Varric.
You can get there from Orlais.
And her name is
It's a long way
Bianca.
to the free marches.
The deep roads are all connected. Or they used to be. Collapses and such. Some of them on purpose.
They really are roads. They spanned the Dwarven Empire, went to every corner of the continent, maybe further. In theory, you can get to any Tig using the deep roads, but in
theory.
practice, there's a reason nobody uses them anymore.
Let's go!
We need to deal with this. As long as he has this source, Corypheus is that much more powerful.
I couldn't agree more.
I'll keep an eye on their operation. If you're interested in shutting it down, you've got my help. Try not to leave me waiting too long, Varric. I've got my own work to do, you know.
Don't leave me waiting. Nah.
Right. That's not going to be trouble at all. Let me know when you want to head to the entrance.
Now is when I want to head to the entrance. Because we're already several levels late. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually mark that as active in my... Oh, right. That was in the Emerald Graves. I always end up getting that because it's at the war table, I always end up getting that after I'm actually done in the Emerald Graves. So I'll do that after we go to... Also, I want you to notice that the title of this mission is, well, shit. Which is one of my favorite repeated lines in Dragon Age. I'm gonna save real quick so I don't have to worry about... Wait, where am I again? Okay. Valimar! In the hinterlands. I always think that the Upper Lake Camp is the closest one, and then I end up being wrong. I think. I don't remember. We're gonna go with it. Let's take Blackwall. Varric is required. We're so many levels late, and Dorian has almost never been in my party. We're taking Dorian. There's probably something about the way I build my mages that is the reason Dorian is not super useful, but... eh. It's fine. He has revive. That's all I really need. Also barrier, but he doesn't use it quite as often as Solus. Because he is primarily offensive and Solus is primarily defensive. I did not do this on purpose. Oh yeah, no, okay. So I am as close as I thought. Alright. What was I thinking of that's further away? Anyway. It's oh, no, you know what? I bet I was thinking of the Templar camp. Because you have to go, like, around and down the hill and all this other bullshit, whereas with Valimar you just follow the path, cross the river, follow the path, and go behind you there. Into Valimar! Let's go! Excuse me. Ah. Alright. The death of Elandrin. I have a love-hate relationship with that codex entry because it's depressing as fuck. But it's really nice. Well, nice is the wrong word. Well written. It's really interesting and well written. And so real. Alright.
Finally. I started to think you weren't coming.
Nobody said you had to hang out in the creepy cave while you waited.
Poor
Well,
Varric.
I did wait, so let's make this quick. These idiots are carrying the red lyrium out in unprotected containers. We don't want to stick around long enough for it to start talking to us.
That's a fact. Okay, I'm gonna play it dumb.
Why would the containers need to be protected?
Lyrium is incredibly dangerous in its raw form. It can poison or kill dwarves, and we're resistant to it. Sometimes it just explodes. No warning.
Basically, only crazy people mine lyrium.
The mining cast doesn't just sling it into a bucket. It's carried in special containers that keep it under control. And that's normal lyrium. The red stuff is worse. I wouldn't be surprised if most of their miners die just digging it up.
You seem to know more about the effects of red lyrium than most.
Varric told me plenty about what it did to him. And his brother.
Oh yeah? And that mission where, you know, there were fucking floating books and shit, did he tell you about that?
How did you find this operation in the first place? There must be hundreds of deep roads entrances.
I've used this entrance in the past. Varric's not the only surface dwarf to explore the deep roads. Oh, I've got to admit, I was pretty surprised when I came here and found it full of humans.
Why have you used this entrance before?
We'd better get to work.
Sounds good to me.
Blackwall, what the fuck? Alright. So, this is the part where I go, okay, usually I've done this by now and, like, several levels ago, so I don't know how this is gonna go. Because I don't know. Oh no, okay, they don't update their levels. Alright. I'm never sure with the missions that are, like, character missions. Character quests. That's the term I was looking for. I'm never sure, but we're gonna breeze through this. Oh, it's just Drakestone. Okay. Nope. Thought they were over here. Through the door, that's why. Da-na-na-na. I need to set up the melee archer nonsense if I'm gonna use Ilari as an archer. I was gonna use the Tactician's Renewal stuff and, you know, completely forgot to do that. Or rather, I should say, did not have time to do that.
So this is what you do now?
Beg pardon?
Skulking around the caves, shooting guys? Is this your day-to-day?
Kinda.
I usually try to avoid the caves.
Relatable! I also hate the deep roads, Varric. So, funny thing. I'm claustrophobic, meaning the player is claustrophobic, so even just playing the fucking Deep Roads levels kind of stresses me out sometimes, because regardless of the fact that, you know, you're not really in enclosed spaces for the most part, you're fucking underground and that doesn't help. Fuck. Everything about the fucking Deep Roads, god. Ugh. Okay. It's fine, we're fine. I'm fine, I'm good. Right, we have to go down. We have to go down there. Down a level. Eh.
You had me worried, you know.
What did I do now?
That letter you sent me about the Red Lyrium was the first I'd heard from you since the Chantry explosion.
Had it been that long?
Seriously,
Probably.
if you died in that mess, I'd have come back to Kirkwall and dug you up just to kick your ass.
What would you do if I'd been cremated?
Kick your ashes, of course.
I always wait
I
for
built
that pun
these
and then
doors.
regret it.
They probably shut this one from the other side when they heard the ruckus we were making.
You can also glitch through this door earlier on in the game, but I decided not to do that this time because I know that she opens it. Hey! Hey, hey! I'm gonna do this in case I can't later.
This is your work. Are you an artificer?
I've been known to build the occasional trap, weapon, or otherwise lethal device now and then. I take it you're a builder too? You've got the telltale, how do I take that apart and put it back together look in your
Ah,
eyes.
this is beautiful! You read my mind.
That might have been word for word what I was thinking, yes.
If you're going to replicate these, start with a lock and build outward. Trust me, it'll save a lot of time.
Well, yeah. That makes sense.
After you.
Okay. Alright, well, that should have been the last thing that I said, but that's fine. I know what goes into that conversation. Have some traps. That was it. Okay. This is what happens when I
Bogdan?
do things
He's in
late.
Navarra right now, selling
What
my
just-
machine to wealthy landowners.
I heard some of the guild were trying to get you
Can I
named
not
a
jump over the
paragon
table?
for that
Like, what the fuck
contraption.
just happened?
That's not gonna happen, even if I am 10 times the Smith Bronca ever was. A surfacer paragon? Never.
Alright. Now what did I miss? Oh, a book! Read the book. There's nothing in the book. Oh, codex. Ah! Ah! This is the codex entry that gives you, I believe, something about the Darkspawn Alpha. Is this under A for a different, or is this under D for different? Or am I in the wrong? Okay. Not under Tales. Letters and notes? That doesn't make sense. Oh. Yeah, okay. The journal, penned by an unknown writer, who I will tell you right now is heavily implied to be a dwarf, appears to be quite old, with many of its pages damaged by water and dust. The entries that can be read all appear to be about 20 years old. We finally found Amok alive in that passage. Still can't believe it. The only reason I didn't stop digging in is because he had the key to the cache. But after 2 weeks, I was expecting to find it on his corpse. What story does he come up with? That he was found by a darkspawn, of all things. A talking darkspawn, polite as you please, who fed him and gave him water and evidently chatted with him about surfacers. I don't know what Amok is thinking coming up with a story like that, but he swore by the stone it was all the truth. Crazy as it sounds, I know Amok, and he's got the imagination of a dull hammer. Why would he make something like that up? Reminds me of a story my grandsire used to tell. Oh, that's interesting. Grandsire, not grandfather. Anyway, about something his grandsire did. Said he once came upon a group of 3 darkspawn on the deeper roads, each twice the size of any dwarf, bigger than humans even, and dressed up like kings. He watched from the shadows and said they talked, like people, about things he couldn't understand. A city gone black. And they blamed each other for things, but could barely remember for what. My mam was just like that, never remembered the slight, just that she was angry. Story goes they attacked each other, and one ran off while the second choked the third to death and then ate him. Dunno about Darkspawn having talking kings, never mind polite ones that give you food and tea, but maybe Amok met one of them. There's strange things in the deeper roads, after all, things the Shapers can't even recall. As if smuggling wasn't dangerous enough. So, we got dwarves that probably met Corypheus. No, I was going that way through the door, right? God damn it. No. I was going this way. Okay. Yeah! That's why I throw mines. Oh god, that was so... That's beautiful. I love these fucking traps. This is great. I'm so glad I decided to fix up this character and give him the specialization he deserved. Oop, missed one. Is that it? Alright.
You know, this is almost fun. Kinda like old times.
I don't recall us ever shooting people together.
Remember crashing Bartran's guild dinner? We might as well have shot him.
This isn't nearly as dangerous as pissing off my brother.
We are surrounded by red lyrium, and he's saying this isn't as dangerous as pissing off Bartrand. I don't have an awful lot of weird, extremely vaguely implied something went wrong there kind of headcanons for Dragon Age, but what the fuck is wrong with Bartrand if being surrounded by red lyrium and killing smugglers of red lyrium is not as dangerous as pissing off Bartrand? I am positive that was supposed to be a throwaway line, but that's not what my brain does with it. Deep Road's key.
There you are. We won't be able to use this entrance again.
Bianca.
I'm gonna let Varric take this one.
You want to say something, Varric?
Andraste's ass, Bianca. You're the leak?
When I got the location, I went and had a
I
look
just
for
noticed
myself.
the laces
And I
on
found
his
a red lyrium
groin.
and I studied it.
You know what it does to people.
I was doing you a favor. You want
That's,
to help your
quite
brother,
the
don't
armor.
you? I just wanted to figure it out.
And
Did you figure it out?
Actually, yes. I found out that red lyrium, it has the blight, Varric.
dun
You know
dun
what that means?
dun.
What? The two deadly things combined to form something super awful?
Well, yes, but
Lyrium is alive, or something like it. Blight doesn't infect minerals, only animals. I couldn't get any further on my own, so I looked for a Grey Warden mage. Blight and magical expertise in one, right? And I found this guy, Larius. He seemed really interested in helping my research. So I gave him a key.
Larius?
which was your first mistake.
He was the Grey Warden we met in Corypheus's... Oh, shit. I knew something seemed off.
I didn't realize until you said you found red lyrium at Haven. I came here and, well, then I went to you.
That's a problem.
That name means something to you, Varric.
He was at the Grey Warden prison where we found Corypheus. And he definitely wasn't a mage before.
This is in the DLC for Dragon Age 2 that I was never able to get my hands on because the internet connection on my 360 is fucked. So I can't actually play the DLC, which is minorly upsetting.
You had to know we'd figure out what happened, Bianca. Why did you insist on coming with us?
Varric told me what people were doing with the red lyrium. I had to help make this right.
Okay. I can't say that because I do not believe that. These are like this is one of my main problems with BioWare games. Either you go, "Oh no, it isn't really your fault," which is bullshit, or you have these super accusatory responses instead. You put this on us, or you've done a lot of damage. There's no good answer here. I hate these. Ilari is nice, but he's not that nice. I usually go with snarky over the... I'll call it direct answer, because the direct answer is also usually the asshole answer. And also, if I don't pick the snarky answer, it just... The direct answer is going to sound even ruder than I want him to. I know this. I'm going to misinterpret, "You've done a lot of damage," and it's going to sound even worse.
You told Varric you had a lead, so we'd straighten out your mistake.
I know I screwed up, but we did fix it. It's as right as I can make it.
This isn't one of your machines. You can't just replace a part and make everything right.
No, but I can try, can't I? Or am I supposed to wallow in my mistakes forever, kicking myself, telling stories of what I should have done?
Shut your fucking face.
As if I would tell stories about my own mistakes.
I mean, what exactly is the tale of the champion, if not stories of your own mistakes? For the record.
The red lyrium is out. Closing this entrance won't undo that.
We've done all we can here. Bianca, you'd better get home before someone misses you.
Someone.
Varric.
Get out!
Don't worry about it.
Get him killed, and I'll feed you your own eyeballs, Inquisitor.
Bitch, you are not in a place to be making threats. So, for the record, this door that Bianca just got us through, I missed a loot box, so I'm going to try to glitch my way through the door, because it is... That was easy! Alright, we're through. It's not usually quite that simple. Usually it takes at least 2 tries, but you can just glitch through it because there's the hall back here. It is not... Oh, I missed 2. Gosh, I'm slacking here. It is... Yeah, since it's there, effectively, you can just glitch right through it. But it usually takes more than one character switch to make that work. It's probably because Ilari had to stop and take a potion first. That's all Deep Mushroom and Paragon's Luster, neither of which I need. Okay. Now we can go. And then you go back up to the door and you go, God damn it. Are we stuck? The answer is no. That's alright. I guess they're just being particularly cooperative today. Cool. Let's go! It's like the game registers that there's a door and not that it's closed. I don't need anything in there. I have no reason to go in and kill those dudes. None of this is actually going to get me any levels anyway, because I'm a level 20, and when you're more than a few levels ahead of who or whatever you're fighting, you don't get experience from it anyway. So... And now we can leave! Get me the fuck out of the deep roads. As a matter of fact, if I'm smart, we're going to go back to Skyhold, we're going to level people, because apparently I forgot to do that, and then we're going to talk to Varric. Speak with Varric about all this is the end of the mission, so we're going to do that. Paragons known and lesser known. Ba-do-ba-do. Please load. Today. There we go. Alright. And we're out! Okay. I should be able to just fast travel back to Skyhold. There we go. I suppose I should talk to Cullen, huh? I keep forgetting to do that. I'm gonna talk to Varric first. Talk to Varric, talk to Cullen. Do the quick little interlude before heading off into the Hissing Wastes. We're gonna do all of the character stuff except for Blackwall because I want Blackwall in my party. Wait. No, I did. Did I do that already? I don't think I did that already. Then again, I do get Blackwall back after all that nonsense if I do it correctly. But I don't feel like dealing with that right now, so we're not gonna do that.
I'm glad to have answers, but... Shit. The second she showed up here, I knew. I let this mess happen. I gave her the Tig. I am not good at dealing with shit like this.
Who is? Ha! Nobody is.
I don't think anyone is equipped any better than you are.
No, the point is, I don't deal with things. If Cassandra hadn't
Relatable.
Here, I'd be in Kirkwall right now pretending none of this was happening.
You mean like sitting on your couch and playing video games and ignoring everything? Yeah.
You know that's not true. You've worked as hard as any of us to stop Corypheus.
Is that true? I don't even know anymore. Thank you. for your help back there.
After all this, do you think you'll see Bianca again?
I always do.
Bianca. I know that they're doing British accent things, but I can't hear that and not think of a Boston accent. Bianca. Yeah, So we're gonna do this shit that I apparently have to... I don't know when this level happened, honestly. Because I don't think that I had this. Yet. Leaping shot. La la la. Eh. Dorian. We're gonna upgrade Mind Blast, I guess. Yada yada yada. Increased barrier. Cleansing Blast. We never have negative status effects on player characters, or party characters, I should say, right? Wow. Alright. I am almost fully upgraded for Blackwall Specialization, and it's not worth upgrading Line in the Sand, because that's the one where you bottleneck, and there's never a bottleneck. And he's fully upgraded in the Vanguard tree. So I guess we go with some sword and shield abilities. Weapon and shield, pardon me. Right, we're not talking about Varric's books. Right. Ditto Cole. So, let's see. Poison weapons or stealth? I mean, he's an assassin. And poison weapons is always useful, but stealth. He's never in my party, it doesn't really matter. Vivienne, we're gonna upgrade your life ward. I mean, revive into life ward, because the desperation one drives me crazy. Because it's like, yeah, he's up. Oh, damn it. I swapped that one. Wait, I didn't upgrade Solus's barrier? Holy shit. Alright. And Varric. Upgrade your fallback plan here. And Bull. I think Bull is also effectively fully upgraded with the things. No, he's not. I guess the Battlemaster tree has more to do. So. And actually, I say it's the Battlemaster tree. Part of that is his specialization has so many weird abilities that are separate. Combat roll. Ooh. I don't think I realized I did that. Cool. Alright. So that's that one. And now, if I remember correctly, we got a fun thing. Yeah! Wicked Grace, let's go! I love this fucking scene. It's beautiful. Please load. Don't make a liar out of me. Come on, it's Wicked Grace. There we go.
I've been looking all over for you. You're just in time. We almost had to start without you.
What exactly were you starting without me now?
Look who showed up, everybody. Deal him in, would you, Ruffles?
I do hope
I love that
hold
Cullen's
true.
all ready to
It's
toast.
been ages since I've
We haven't
played a
even
game of
started
Holy
yet.
Grace.
Grab a seat. We're ready to start.
Are we playing cards or what?
Are 3 drakes
Hell yeah, we're
better
playing
than
cards.
a pair of swords? Ugh, I can never remember.
Seeker, remember how I said, don't show anyone your hand? That rule includes announcing it to the table.
There's a crown on his head, but a sword too. His head didn't want either.
Don't talk to the face cards, kid.
You seem to have enough people. I have 1,000 things to do.
Sit your ass down.
Losing money can be both relaxing and habit-forming. Give it a try.
Curly, if any man in history ever needed a hobby, it's you.
And a fucking night off.
Starts. Oh, I believe I'll start at... Oh, 3 coppers. Do you think that's too daring? Maybe I'll make it 1. No. Boldness. 3 it is.
You can tell she's the one that does our finances because she's like, I don't want to spend any of the Inquisition's money.
Go home. Sounds good. I'm in.
Bolder the better, right? I'm in.
Me too. Well, are you in?
I'm in, and raising another silver. You haven't even looked at your cards.
Our illustrious leader is betting we're bluffing.
You are bluffing.
The
I
poor
love this.
recruit ran out into the dining hall in nothing but his knickers. And this profound silence fell over the hall as 70 mages and 30 Templars all turned to stare at once. Then, a slow round of applause began and spread until every soul was on their feet. A standing ovation.
What did he do?
Saluted, turned on his heel, and marched out like he was in full armor.
So now, because of the internet, I cannot take credit for this, but because of the internet, I need you all to picture Alistair doing that.
That's how you know it's true. I could never put that in a book. Too unlikely.
Because that's definitely something that Alistair would do. And the internet has decided that he and Cullen knew each other when they were training to be Templars. And I'm down with that. I'm so down with that. I can't ever get to this part and not have
I've
my
got one
Inquisitor
for you.
tell the story.
The clan decided
Because
to
it's
camp
always
near this
hilarious.
ruined fortress, right on the edge of the Tirashan. Dark as the bottom of a well. The keeper swore up and down it was safe, but some of the hunters started hearing noises in the middle of the night. They ran out of there, fast as you think, bare asses shining in the moonlight. The whole way back to their village.
Not bad. You don't mind if I steal that one, do you?
Well done. You ought to tell stories more often.
I like the part with the rabbit. There should be more rabbits in stories.
If you want more rabbits, maybe you should talk to more elves, because I'm sure they have plenty of stories with rabbits, given the hawk and the hare.
Tell it again. And the dealer takes everything.
So the other thing that for some reason
Deal
took
again.
it took
figured out your tells, lady.
4 elves for this to occur to me.
Everyone knows a lady
If
has no
they
Then let's see
ran
your
back to their
fortune
village.
lasts one more hand.
Those are humans. He's not still talking about elves, because the elves would not have a village. They have an encampment. How did they scare the humans? I need to know this.
I want another chance to win my dignity back. Deal me in.
Good luck. There's no saving your dignity,
Don't say
Ilari.
a word, dwarf.
There's certainly no saving Cullen's.
I tried to warn you, Curly.
Never bet against an
Never
Antivan
bet
when death
against
is on
an
the line.
Antivan, Commander.
I'm leaving. I don't want to witness our commander's walk of shame back to the barracks.
Well, I do.
I'm with Dorian.
Comes off. I didn't know it came off.
Poor Cole. I didn't know it came off. I love how careful they were with rendering Cullen and the very, very careful censorship of everything but his ass.
I'm glad you decided to join us tonight. It's too easy to mistake you for the Inquisitor.
I enjoyed this.
See? That's what I mean. It's easy to forget you're not just an icon or symbol. Like those statues of Andraste holding bowls of fire.
Also,
At least
Bull was still sitting at the table when
You up
Cullen
for another
finally
game
gave in.
when this is all over, Inquisitor?
I wouldn't miss it.
Good. It'll take me a while to talk Cullen into it. Maybe I'll work the revenge angle.
Cullen doesn't strike me as a revenge guy. Also this.
Who's that? Did I win?
It is a very good thing that she didn't turn too far to her probably left, because I'm quite sure she would not have taken kindly to the sight of Cullen's naked bits. Then again, she's a Jenny and has probably seen it all.
So, you've been hanging out with Three Eyes?
Oh, we've had this conversation already.
Work. Nothing compared to Bianca, though.
Okay, so I've heard he called her a vanity piece, because then Varric goes, he's just jealous. I have to hear this.
I'd love to build a crossbow like Bianca someday.
Not necessarily a crossbow.
Luck. The world could probably use a few more smiths that good.
Oh, that's so sweet. I expected that to be good luck, there's no way anybody can do it. That, oh god, that was so, that was so nice. Oh, I'm having feelings.
I'm not making any promises here. Ask.
Alright.
What makes the Merchants Guild such a danger to her?
Well, to be fair, it's more of a danger to me. Technically, we're not supposed to be within 300 leagues of one another.
Who
If
got
it
the
got
restraining
back to
order?
the guild that we were seen together, they'd freeze my assets and then have me killed. Maybe not in that order.
Why?
What in the world did you do to cause that?
We almost started a clan war. Does it matter? I can't change it now.
I'm just, every time I get to that and he says clan war, I'm like, it's Romeo and Juliet, but with less of an actual body count.
How do you know Bianca? The lady, I mean, not the crossbow.
I met her years ago when she still lived in Kirkwall, and I was looking for someone with mechanical skills. Bianca is, beyond a doubt, the most brilliant smith you'll ever meet.
Until Ilari gets going.
Since she got married and moved to Orlais.
She moved to Orlais? I'm positive that that's not the part that you're supposed to get hung up on.
Bianca is married.
But
somehow I thought that the two
she
of you had a history.
moved to Orlais.
Bianca's family are Kalnas, surface dwarves.
Weird.
So conservative they don't take a piss without asking the ancestors first.
And this is how you
They
know the
picked
dwarfs
out
are
a
based on
smith
Jews.
cast boy for her. Wealthy, respected,
At least
great anvil collector.
initially. And then all of the other
I
fantasy
heard the
nonsense
wedding
grew
was
out of that
lovely.
because Tolkien.
The one Bianca actually
It's
showed
all
up for
Tolkien
anyway.
in disguise. Yeah, I heard the wedding was lovely. The one Bianca actually showed up for anyway. This is why she doesn't get to give Varric shit about keeping her waiting. She fucking left him at the altar. What a
All right,
bitch.
tell me the truth. Bianca made your crossbow, didn't she? I mean, it has her name.
It's not that simple. The Carta thinks my Bianca was a freak success by a Carta inventor who could never duplicate it.
But
If they thought anyone else was involved, someone who could make one work, things would be bad. So, I really can't tell the story. I don't want any more blood on my hands.
I want that story. Kind of makes you wonder exactly what the content of that story is like. Did she end up working raw lyrium or something? Like, she's too sane for that.
So how long have the two of you been together?
Well, if you want to split hairs, we're not. Usually there's a continent between us at all times. We write letters.
And if we're not
And
splitting
then
hairs?
to meet up. I don't know if that's together. Shit, it's been what, 15 years? Great. Now I feel old. Thanks.
You're not old. It's okay,
I
Varric.
guess that's it for now.
Sure. I'll be here.
Ugh. No, I'm not done having Varric feelings.
So, you've been hanging out with Three Eyes?
Yes, I know.
He does good work. Nothing compared to Bianca, though.
I can't say I'll stick with traps after I told him I wanted to build a Bianca, but I want to hear this, so...
Personally, I'm happy with traps.
Hey, if they keep your skin in one piece, that's all that matters.
Yeah, okay.
Tell me the truth, Varric. Do you actually think I was sent by Andraste?
I love this.
Shit. This is going to be awkward. I guess I do. Either you're guided by the hand of some higher power, or
I
you have
love
the
this
worst
conversation so much.
I wouldn't have pegged you as an Andrastian.
It's a great story. It's got heroism, love, betrayal, and random musical numbers. What's not to like? I don't have a nug in this race. It could be bullshit, it could be true. I'll never know. But I like the idea that maybe you could save the world with a song.
That's no reason to believe. That's very, cynical for Ilari, so... Also, I prefer listening to Varric's answer here, because this is the best.
Why are those my only options?
Look at all the shit that's happened to you. You were saved from the explosion that leveled a mountaintop and fell out of the Fade. You traveled through time, faced down one of the ancient magisters who started the Blights, had a mountain fall on you, and lived. Single-handedly saved the Orlesian Empire. Stopped an army of demons. One of those things would be impossible. All of them together? That's a miracle.
Also, that does change depending on where you are in the story and how much of it you've done.
So on the basis of my extraordinarily bad luck, you think I'm Andraste's herald?
If you know the story of Andraste, you know that bad luck is sort of her thing.
It's true. Alright. Gonna save real quick. So, I'm gonna run and talk to Cullen, who is technically through this door, and then through that door, and then across a bridge, and all of this other shit. Solus has the most direct path to Cullen, and it amuses me a lot. However, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break, so I'm gonna say I will probably be back in like 5 minutes. So, bathroom break in chat, BRB. And I will be back within 5 minutes. See you in a few. Alright, I have returned with coffee. All is well. Let's talk to Cullen about some red lyrium nonsense. And or red
I've
Templars.
been reading the letters found in the quarry. Samson is making red lyrium from people?
Not anymore. Not in that mine.
I knew Samson had fallen, but this... it's monstrous. We have to put an end to him. Look at these orders from the encampment. That armor must give Samson extraordinary power. We may not be able to stop him.
Bullshit.
Samson's a menace. If we can't defeat him, no one stands a chance.
Then we must destroy the armor.
We got it.
Couldn't say
we got
how.
this.
Templars are trained not to destroy expensive magical equipment. Perhaps Dagna has some ideas. She crafts the impossible every day.
Hell yeah, she does. But hey, wait. I gotta... Oh no, wait. I do have to talk to her first and then back to Cullen, don't I?
I'd be perfectly happy never again setting foot in the Winter Palace.
Ditto.
It wasn't the gossip and backstabbing, I know what the game entails, but the indifference to it all.
I didn't care for it myself.
I shouldn't be surprised. The Chantry can be the same. Their politics are less extravagant, but just as heated. The Empress rules a country. The Divine influences half a continent.
Cullen, you need more sunlight in this study. It is so fucking dark. Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna...
Is there anything I should know?
Only that I'm never playing cards again.
Nonsense.
Still can't find my... It doesn't matter. I don't know how Varric talked me into that.
Because it's good to unwind and spend time with your friends.
I suppose that's true.
It's fine. We'll get you to play cards later.
That's all for now.
I'm sure you have other matters to attend.
Yes, like talking to Dagna. Ugh. God, the light change. Can you imagine the migraines that poor bastard must get just walking out of his study? Just like, oh, right, I have to talk to... the sun! Also, it is a myth that brown eyes are less sensitive to the sun than blue eyes.
Dagna, what have
Then
you
again,
learned of
minor
Samson?
hazel.
He should be dead. I mean, you could make a hat out of red lyrium and kill people, especially the wearer. Samson's armor, it's genius. To do all this and not go insane, he must be resistant. Or he is insane. Or both.
So in addition to killing others, it's slowly consuming him too.
Yes.
Yes, but slow is not fast. Doesn't matter.
Slow is
I
not
designed
fast.
I just need time and red lyrium. For tests.
Is that wise?
Is this game worth buying? I certainly think so.
And you don't touch it.
You could probably beat the game in about
Time and resources, Inquisitor.
80 hours if you tried,
No, sure.
but I tend
Work
to
to
go for more game time and more gameplay value to me, so it usually ends up taking me about 120 hours on average, depending on the difficulty and my Inquisitor's class. Put it to you this way. I spent the $45 on the DLC, and I hate spending extra money on DLC. Because I think it's a terrible institution that should be included with the game or stopped. But I actually bought the DLC, and I don't regret it. This is my 9th playthrough, so I definitely think it's worth the time, personally. Well, I mean, it's not new in general, but new to you. This is definitely... It's a lot of fun. The one thing that I will say is that a lot of the... First of all, the thing that I am doing right now, where I'm standing at the war table, this is not technically required for a lot of the missions. So, like, any that are not these funky little pyramid-shaped ones are not really required unless they have a rift over them. The green glowy bits. All of these little ones are not technically required. They just get you basically more influence so that you can do more missions and open more places on the war table where you get these little pyramid-shaped ones. But this part is not technically required. There's a lot of side quests that are not required. I think I managed to do this. I managed to beat the game with one of my mages in about 90 hours, and I was still doing a significant amount of the side quests, just not every single one that popped up. Like, I wasn't going looking for side quests. So, I was still doing a lot of it, and it still took me 90 hours, but if I hadn't done some of the side quests, it would have taken me even less time. So if you're the kind of person that's, you know, something new to play, but you don't want to spend forever on it, you can do that too. I'm the kind of person that goes, I'm going to be as complete as possible, and read all of the codex entries, and do all of the side quests, and yeah. So, it takes me longer. Okay. This one is supposed to be Josephine, right? Oh, or Poison. I've got other things for Lelianos to do. Like this.
Let's see what we have.
And also the Darkspawn thing, so I guess we're not doing that for now. Let's... An offer from the Imperial Army. This is probably Cullen. Yep. Okay.
To work?
Enough. Except I specifically came here to do something else, and I'm a bonehead and did not do that. Because that was supposed to be finding Samson's weakness. That's fine, we can do that later. So, instead, we're... What's that? Oh, resources. We're gonna unlock the Hissing Wastes, which is one of my favorite maps. I love the Hissing Wastes. I love this map. The Venatori are camped in a place known as the Hissing Wastes. They're working their slaves to death, digging old buildings out from the sand. The Inquisition should step in quickly, because if it doesn't, I'm going to bash the Venatori's heads in, and you'll need a new scout. Lead Scout Harding. Harding is usually so even-tempered, but she ain't having this. Alright. In the Hissing Wastes. I'm just taking Blackwall everywhere this time, because I haven't taken him anywhere before. And then we're gonna take... we should take Cassandra. And Dorian because I can. Let's go! Into the Eternal Night Desert. I love this map. It's so much fun. Don't talk to me about the still ruins. That's in the Eternal Day Desert. It's so bright. The entire map is orange. The other nice thing about Dragon Age, actually, Takayoshi, one of the things that's really nice about it is if you play it, if you make major decisions differently, you can play a totally different game with two different characters. It's really nice.
I could, Your Worship. This space has nothing but
That's part of its
space.
replay value
If
for
there's
me.
nothing valuable here, I
Is
say
that I
like
can do
Corypheus
all
had.
kinds of different things if I play slightly different characters. It's a lot of fun.
Corypheus wouldn't send out his followers unless it was worth it.
I did find something for you. Old dwarven ruins on the surface. Impossible, but there you go. The Red Templars are digging them out with Venatori supervision.
Whatever they want, we must beat them to it.
I just saw Red Templars heading northwest to here. They might be a good start. I found this map on a dead one. Maybe it shows where they're headed. Good luck.
Kind of. Okay, sketch of the four-pillar tomb. Wait, I have to open Spotify. Okay, so there's a thing that I do with this particular mission. Or, well, this map, I should say. Because what let's see if I can find the song here. How easy is this gonna be to find? I'm gonna search it instead, I think, because this is... Holy cow. Alright. So, the thing about the Hissing Wastes, besides the fact that it is Eternal Night Desert over here, the thing about this particular map is that the map that I just found was of 4 Pillar Tomb. There are 5 of them, I believe. There are 5 different graveyards that you go and find, and you have to solve a puzzle, and it's a lot of fun. But anyway, there are 5 graveyards. And during a particular one, I have a song that I have to play. I gotta do it. Is this Navarite? Is that what I'm about to find? Yes. Navarite. That is surprisingly angular. There's a specific word for the type of crystals that is, and I don't recall the word. And again, I'm not a rocks guy. I didn't need Vandalaria. Emerald of Vein is the one that I need. I always mix those up. They look the same, but like inverted. Okay. Get up the... Actually, wait, there's nothing useful up here yet. I have to go down and get the Ocularum first. Hi, alien! You're a little later than I expected. Shift change? Also, you didn't miss much. I ran into Valimar with Varric. So, I mean, it's a lot of character building, so in that you kind of missed something. Character building and plot building. But... Ah, errands. Okay, that's a thing. Oh, actually, so my Friday, schedule is gonna be changing slightly, so, most likely, I am gonna be a little bit more free on Fridays after this Friday. This Friday, I am not gonna be available, but give a ride to work to use fewer vehicles. That is also a thing, but I mean, you're not... I assume you're not working, though, so that's kind of, that sounds counterproductive to me. Oh, I can't turn that far, can I? That's unfortunate. There we go. And that's where I just was. So we're gonna run back up there real quick. Because I need that shard! Let's go! Ignore the Fennec. Up here. And then, can I actually get up here? Yes. Okay. And is it still over? God damn it, it's still over my head. I don't think I can jump up here. So, the good news is, I have not yet gotten to the point where I gotta play the thing, so... There we go! Alright. The one thing that I am concerned about is, if I manage to... I didn't find the thing, either. Give boyfriend a ride because you'll be seeing him tonight and can drive you home also, as opposed to him driving in and me meaning... Yeah, okay, I guess that makes sense. Alright. Misunderstood. I'm thinking, like, going to one place of employment, not coming home from work to the same house kind of a thing. That makes much more sense than what I was thinking. I'm like, yeah, carpool to work, but that only really makes sense if you're both going to the same place. Not what you meant. So the thing about the Hissing Wastes, one, as I have mentioned a couple times, it is one of my favorite maps. It is huge. I mean, yes, you were slightly vague, but also I'm really good at misunderstanding things. No, Spotify, no. I'm gonna try to make this function real quick. So, the thing about the Hissing Wastes, this map, you can't tell from when, I have none of it done yet, but it is incredibly expansive and huge. There's a lot to do on this map, which is, nice. But also slightly obnoxious when you're first starting up. Because... Alright. Do that. There we go. Alright. Sorry. Had to find a song for later. But the other thing about the Hissing Wastes, it is huge and expansive, and there are many things that you can do depending on which direction you go in first. So, I'm gonna actually open that codex entry that I got. Follow the treasure map to the tomb, which is not on the map. Okay. You're not gonna tell me which one's which. I see how it is. Actual errands run, fewer car trips total. Helpful. And yeah, this is luckily this is not Majora's Mask. The thing about Dragon Age, there are a couple of times when they imply some weird shit about the planets and whatnot. I promise this is not Majora's Mask. I promise. I mean, really, if you squint, you can probably see faces a lot of places, but we're not stopping the moon from colliding with Termina, so we're good. We're as good as it gets in Dragon Age. We got other problems. We gotta close some rifts and shit. Yeah, so we'll do that first. Though, that said, Majora's Mask is one of my favorite plots in the entire Zelda series. Give me all the time travel. Okay, well, I found the edge of the map. So, when the map starts kinda going funny on you like that, in the Hissing Wastes or in the Western Approach, you have found the edge of the map. So, discovered the sand crags, and the other thing is if you try to continue going in that direction, or if you end up going in a direction which is also the edge of the map, your Inquisitor stops being able to run because it's you're running into a sandstorm is the implication. That's the edge of the map. That's why you can't go any further. There's a sandstorm. I don't need Vandalaria, I need Amrita Vein. God damn it. I keep forgetting that I have to check the status of the plants in the courtyard that I'm specifically growing. My one concern about the song that I finally brought up, there we go, Burial Ground. Actually, I think this is the one. This is potentially the one that I was looking at for the song. The one concern that I have about this is that I may run into copyright issues on YouTube. But I gotta play the song. I gotta. It's required. Yes, this is the one! And it takes me exactly the same amount of time to solve the puzzle as it does to listen to the song. So, I'm gonna try to make this work. So, let me pull up Spotify over here, put it on. Unavailable for listening? Why? Don't tell me that. I don't know the lyrics well enough to just sing it. No. I had this planned for so long. Please don't do this to me, Spotify. Hang on. Technical difficulties. Don't do this to me. You can do it. Please. If I do it that way. No. Wait. Not the sci-fi. No, it won't connect. Oh, I'm so sad. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to bring it up on my phone from YouTube. I'm so disappointed. I was gonna stream it straight from the PS4 and have you listen to it too. So there's a song called Dance in the Graveyards by a group called Delta Ray, and it's wonderful. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna intentionally push the button that I continually press by accident and see if I can do this a slightly different way. 1 second, I promise I'm still here. I say that though. I don't think I can do this from... Shit. Huh. I don't think I can do this without leaving the game, which would end my stream prematurely, so that's disappointing. I'm so sad. Ugh. But it's this anyway. It's called Dance in the Graveyards. It is by Delta Ray. It is this incredibly, the music video is really well done if you're ever so inclined. It's really beautiful. No, phone, not that. I'm gonna actually YouTube this on my MacBook because it's sitting right in front of me. But it is the music video is just like, I have to be honest with you, the first time I watched the music video, it made me cry. It's so well done. It's beautiful. I love it. So, this is the part where you get to deal with me singing along to a video on my MacBook, which may or may not actually do the things. I believe in you, phone, or computer. No, don't do that. Come on, do the thing. Skip the ad. Please, please. No, no. Ah. Okay, so since I'm gonna be watching the thing and singing along with the thing, it's gonna be, I'm not gonna have Twitch open, so I'm not gonna see the chat for a minute or 3.5, according to this video. but it's so much fun. I'm going to turn my MacBook up really loud, so you might actually be able to hear that also, but probably not, because I'm going to be singing along, because I can't not, because it's fun. I guess this also probably means that I'm not going to run into copyright issues, because if I'm singing, I'm not playing the exact song at the same time. So, do the thing. Play. See if you can hear this. Scared the bejesus out of my poor cat. Oh, Jesus. That's louder than I expected. Okay. It's so much fun.
We should look around.
I wanna dance in the graveyards, and when I'm alive, I don't wanna be alone. I want the ones who came before. I wanna dance with them some more, just dance in the graveyards. Yeah. Like some other name we kept on calling you, and waiting for change. I belong to all of your mysteries. This, we're meant for the fire, but we keep rising up and walking the wire. So when we go below, don't lose us in morning. I die. I don't wanna rest in peace. I wanna dance in joy. I wanna dance in the graveyards, and while I'm alive, I don't wanna be alone. Mourning the ones who came before. I wanna dance with them some more, just dance in the graveyards. Let's dance in the graveyards. I love the song so much. Oh, my love, don't cry when I'm gone. I will lift you up, the air in your lungs, and when you reach for me, it's in the darkness. Daughters and sons, they will carry on. We will stand beside and breathe in that new life. I always miss one of the things over here. Dance in joy. I wanna dance in the graveyards, I'm alive. I wanna be alone. Mourning the ones who came before. I wanna dance with them some more. Let's dance in the graveyard. Okay, apparently I can't sing in that octave while I'm sick. Okay. That is the end of the song, and I have done absolutely nothing here, because I can't find the other thing. There are 4 pieces to this puzzle, and I can't find the correct one.
Be wary. Many predators come out at night.
Yes, thank you, Captain Obvious. Okay, so the thing about this particular location is that the way, effectively every puzzle in the Hissing Wastes, you're gonna find these, basically you're putting together a story. So you have to find the little thingy things here, and you have to put them in order. For example, Feral? I've never figured out which one is correct. Feral's sons built monuments to their father, locking away his great works. That could be the first one. I don't recall if it is, but we're gonna go with it. Apparently, that was the first one, because we didn't accidentally summon a bunch of demons. Also, Jesus, I start singing and I lose like 5 viewers. I should know better. But each ruled differently. I have to go reread that. Does that follow? Does that follow? It could follow. It could. Hey, Dorian. Go light that torch for me. Could do it with magic. But you're already holding the torch. Nope! Alright. Hey, Dorian. Drop the... No, you're not Dorian. Dorian, drop the torch! There we go. Now I can switch back to Ilari. Yeah, so that was, maybe not my best experiment for, sound and etc. No, I can't reach it. Okay. Alright, so that was not correct. Oh my god, how many fucking rage demons are there? They want you to know that you fucked up. Because there's also that one. Burning Tomb Guardian. I lied, it's not a rage demon. But it's a rage demon. Alright, so that was not correct.
That wasn't the right solution.
It would help if I could find all 4. So alright, this one's the first one. Pharaoh's sons built monuments to their father, locking away his great works. Except it ends in a comma. So it has to be incomplete sentences. And there's 4 pieces to this. Ah, wait, was this... No. Maybe. And work together for a time side by side. Yeah, that could make sense. Oh, no, no. But each rolled differently was the one that comes after this one. Each rolled half the tag, but each rolled differently. The other thing was, that one was the one that I tried second for the last time. Also, that's not the... This is one of those where you have to actually follow the grammar rules because it gets upset with you and summons demons if you don't. The grammar for these is totally correct and perfect and all of this. It's yeah. So, I believe this is the second one. Therefore, Dorian, light the torch. That was the second one. And then we have number 3, which was but each rolled differently, yada yada blah. Which was over here. But each rolled differently, they argued and heated words made the brothers duel. And then there's one that's over by the entrance somewhere, I think. Or I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Maybe it's over by the solution, the end, the door that opens at the end. Wait, if that one's... Wait. There it is! It's facing in a different direction. I always fuck this up. And where one brother fell, the other raised bloodied axe in hand, alone.
Hello. A burial chamber, I think.
You think right. I just want Dorian to drop the fucking torch. Okay! We did it! We found the thing. We opened the tomb. Maybe I should promise you guys that I'm not gonna sing anymore. I can't say that I'm not gonna sing at all anymore, but I will probably not be trying to sing an entire song again. I used to be really good at singing. And then my voice changed. I'm not anymore. Volcanic Aurum, which is not as good as I ever think it is. It was a nice song. Oh god, I have to be honest with you. So the thing with the video, like, I get like really extremely emotional about respectful like memorial type things. Oh, alright, there's two there. Hang on. I'm gonna do that. There we go. I get like slightly worked up about really well done memorial type pieces of art, I guess you could say, because it is definitely art. And that one in particular is very, like, that is how I feel about death and dying. Is like, don't mourn necessarily. Like, don't be stuck in grief. Not that I'm saying that it is a bad thing if you get stuck in grief, because that is a perfectly human reaction to death. But if you lose someone, you should be at least making an effort to, instead of getting stuck with, but I can't have this person in my life anymore, you should be celebrating their life as much as you can. And the fact that, first of all, they wrote a damn song about that, and then they brought in, I don't know if you watched the video at the same time, but the video itself brings in, you know, a lot of imagery that I'm not really equipped to explain, but it is very evocative of, oh, your dead wife, your dead husband, your dead best friend are with you again, and everyone's dancing, and everything is okay for a little while, because regardless of whether you take that as, I'm doing this as my grieving, or doing this after grieving, or doing this, you know, it's very, it's really well handled, and it's kind of a, I don't know. I have run out of words. I really love the video. It's really moving to me. I'm not the most eloquent about things like that, but, you know. Okay, I'm gonna look at my map because I feel like, oh, that's why. It's right there. I'm like, I feel like I should have run across the next camp by now, but it's right here. However, it's not as close as I thought it was because this map is fucking gigantic. Grieve for the loss, but celebrate the life more. Yeah, effectively. I mean, again, it's one of those, if you are able to kind of use the celebration as your mourning, so much the better. Knock on wood, as a matter of fact, actual literal knock on wood, because I am not superstitious. I am lucky enough that I have never lost someone that I was really close to. You know, it's been, like, I have a large biological family. I've never, you know, we've lost people in that family, but it's never been somebody that I was really close to. Most of the time it wasn't really even somebody that I knew. So, you know, it's not someone that I would feel the need to mourn because I didn't really know them. So something like that has not happened to me. I don't know how I would respond to that. I can't say, you know, that I would be able to do the thing that I am talking about that I would want to be able to do, but it's one of those use the energy and direct it in a different manner. Like, obviously there is going to be grief. That's a human reaction. But if you can take that and then transform it into celebrating their life and use that energy to celebrate the person's life instead of being, you know, like I said, it's not something that I have encountered, so I have no idea if this would actually work, but it's kind of, that's kind of the ideal to me, is that's what I would go for, whether it was me grieving someone else or if it was someone grieving for me. That's what I would want, would be, you know, grieve for the loss however you have to, but focus on celebrating the person's life as much as you can. You know, try and redirect. And again, I don't have enough experience with that to know if it is even remotely feasible, but that is my approximate attitude on the subject. Anyway.
Why come out here for game? What do you hunt?
Not game. I bring back fine furs and shiny teeth they cut and sew in Orlais.
I love this
I'm not the only hunter
lady.
here.
She's
That
wonderful.
Royal's always hungry for the best. You can make a fortune feeding that beast. Quillback spines, for example. All the fashion for men's hats last winter.
Anything I should look out for?
Watch out if you have to fill your water skins. There's more monsters than normal staking out the oasis.
Thanks.
Do you know what the Venatori mages are doing here?
Arguing amongst themselves, mostly.
Fair.
I think they're trying to find a way inside that tomb with the two statues. It's locked tight as far as I can tell.
Thanks, Hunter Mag.
Farewell.
Heed the winds.
Alright, now, find and kill a legendary beast. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. So, we got our mission from Hunter Mag. This is not the main mission. The main mission is the one with all the tombs. I'm gonna collect all the Emerald of Vein that I can, because I can upgrade my potions later once I am... I think I have to be back at Skyhold to actually upgrade the potions. Okay, fine. Don't let me take the ore. I don't need Vandalaria. Laz, you're right. As a note, there's also... not there. There's a bunch of caves along this little path here. In the canyon itself. Yeah, I mean, when you see them in better light.
One of yours, isn't he?
Oh god.
One of mine? Like a pet? Like a giant darkspawn hamster with aspirations of godhood? Dorian, why can't you look after your little friends? Corypheus peed on the carpet again.
Oh my god.
In this analogy, the carpet is Haven.
Is he or is he not a Tevinter Magister?
Meaning the source of everything bad and evil in the world? They are the same, yes?
Certainly feels that way at times.
Wow! Okay. Children. I mean, this is kind of why I brought both of them, because I want to hear the banter, but also, holy shit, Blackwall, get over yourself. That's not the one I wanted. That's the one I wanted. Boom! Okay. Yeah, so this Oh yeah, there's always interesting banter. It's just I haven't heard a lot of the stuff with Blackwall in particular, particularly Blackwall and Dorian, because I just continually forget to take Dorian places because I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna not kill my mage boyfriend. Because he's a squishy mage. Wait, I can light this from here. I'm gonna... Come on. Thank you. Do that. There we go. But, yeah, Blackwall has a lot of opinions about Grey Wardens, and also, therefore, a lot of opinions about things that he perceives as going wrong, and where the things that have gone wrong may have originated from. Corypheus, the big bad, is in fact a Tevinter Magister, or was at one point a Tevinter Magister, who opened the Fade, went into the Fade physically, and basically found the throne of God, the Maker, and found it empty, according to Corypheus. That's why he gets all butthurt, effectively. He's like, I found the throne of the Maker, the seat of the Maker, and it was empty. So, fuck the world, I guess? So, this is another one of those. It starts with and, this can't be first. After many years, Feral, greatest of paragons, could not bear life's burden. That sounds like the beginning of a story. This one goes first. Goddamn spider. I am always down to defend spiders, but in Dragon Age... Okay. And the brothers swore, blah blah blah. No, that and was the second one. This one. And with the burden growing, he called his sons to his bedside. This is number 2. And then we have he bade each son swear he would take care of his brother. Number 3. And the brothers swore and mourned when their father returned to the stone. Because that's
gone, the better.
What
Is that the
dwarves.
voice of experience?
Years ago, I was hunting in the Silent Plains. Darkspawn, you know. There's pure dust out there. Fine as ash. A breeze can choke you for days. But I was with stout men, like Wilfred. Wet behind the ears, but make it, he was eager to prove himself. We made camp. Said we'd have stories once we got back home.
Oh no.
Then the storm blew in.
Wow! Alright, I wasn't expecting that. Okay. Spiders are very common video game enemies. D&D has lots of arachnids in the monster manual too. So, there is this theory that you may or may not have seen on Tumblr. There's a theory that all of these spiders are the fault of one spider, which apparently bit J.R.R. Tolkien as a child, because he was the one that invented Ungoliant. And basically all fantasy, all high fantasy things basically pull from Tolkien at this point, because he's just kind of the inventor. Yes, Shelob, but also Ungoliant was the, basically the god of the spider nonsense and evil, and Shelob came from Ungoliant. But yes, that one. So the theory is that all spiders in high fantasy are the fault of J.R.R. Tolkien and that one spider that bit him that one time, or at least his arachnophobia. Meanwhile, me liking spiders, except when I have to kill them in fantasy locations like Dragon Age. Oh, I love this! I love this so much. Welcome to my shop. Be back soon. Betyar will make change for you. Where is Betyar? Actually, where is Betyar? Where is Pupper? Pupper is gone. Betjar cannot make change if Betjar is not present. I should keep that for now. That can go. That can go. That can go. I have so much shit that I should sell. Like that. Mm, 24 is acceptable. There we go. Cool. Where is Pupper? Pupper, did you kill Spider? Is that why you're gone? Pupper. Where is Betjar? Anyway, Betjar is a Mabari hound, so they're the big Dragon Age dogs that look like some cross between a small sturdy Mastiff and a Pit Bull. And they're equally friendly as most of either of those types of dog that you will find that was, you know, raised as a pet rather than a broken, traumatized animal. As long as they're trained, those are really, really good dogs. Every dog is a good dog. Unless they're badly trained. And then you blame the human. A common enough phobia most people recognize. Yeah, arachnophobia certainly is common enough. Making anything normally small into a giant-sized version is an easy way to indicate threat and fantasy. Agreed. But I'm not convinced that it would be quite as omnipresent if not for Shalob's importance in The Lord of the Rings. Which is part of the reason I mentioned that theory and subscribed to that theory, because, you know, is arachnophobia extremely common? Yeah, apparently it is, and I thought I didn't think that it was for a very long time, because it's one of those, like, it's not something that a lot of people in my family have to deal with, so it didn't really occur to me that it was common, but it's very common. So, you know, there's that, but there's also a little bit of a case of, would it really be that bad if it wasn't an established thing in this genre? And I'm not convinced that it was. I'm not convinced that it would be. You know, there are more widely feared things than spiders. Like there's upsides and downsides to putting something like that in a video game. So like, I was just saying while I was taking the party through Valimar, I'm claustrophobic, so having my player characters and my party members in a cave system makes me nervous just by virtue of it's a fucking cave system, why am I here? So there's upsides and downsides to doing stuff like that, because if they put, like, for example, a giant centipede in my game, I would immediately go, ah, oh god, no, kill it, kill it, kill it. But I would probably be a little bit more unnerved at the end of it. Or at least differently unnerved than if it was, you know, like, I'm not afraid of spiders. Spiders don't bother me. I like spiders, so the fact that they made the giant spiders in Dragon Age hostile is the only reason that I kill them. It's like when they throw Mabari hounds at you, and I go, no, I don't want to kill the pupper, I like dogs. And then they attack you, and you go, god damn it, I guess I'm killing these. You know. But if they put something like a centipede in a game, I would be like, kill it, kill it, kill it. Anyway, a short note. Morena, I'm returning to the main camp. Don't linger past sunset. We were working by torchlight past dark when a horde of spiders poured out of the canyon's rocks. There are Red Templars on patrol, but if the Overseer wants us to go faster, he should ask the wretched brutes to guard us while we work. We already have few enough Venatori after the disaster at Redcliffe. Something the Red Templars have taken pains to remind us about, I've noticed. Are all Templars in the south this haughty? Harmonim. And, you know, if they stayed Templars after all that shit, yeah, probably. You got the fucking bottom of the barrel. Sketch of Burial Ground's tomb. Well, I've already been there, but thanks. Because I did that thing that I do, where I do the map out of order. Oh, wait. Was this... I have to figure out what that cave mark was on my heads-up display. It is entirely possible that that's just leading me back down into the canyon where I just was. But I gotta know. Oh, no. Okay, this is... Alright, this is other things. This is a camp that I have to take over. A journal on Dwarven ruins, of which there are 6. The inscriptions on the ruins are all in the old tongue. Thank you, grandmother, for teaching this ungrateful brat Old Dwarven. The writing talks about the sad parting from the stone. Hundreds of years ago, several houses left their tags to settle here under one leader. They were running from a war, or running so there wouldn't be a war. I read and reread the pillars until the light faded, but I know I'm missing something. I'll go back tomorrow. I wish Felicity's sister hadn't talked her out of joining me. I could use an extra pair of eyes to keep watch at night. Oh, spiders. I recognize that noise. Oh, no. Was that Dorian's magic? We have a glitched, berserked August Ram over here. Would you either run closer or fuck off? Can't do very much with a berserked animal around. You bitch! Fuck off. Thank you.
One down.
Also, those little glowy bits that just showed up around that August Ram when I shot it, that's the nice thing about being able to make masterwork weapons, because you can put fade-touched materials in the masterwork slot, and you can add things like 4 hits of hidden blades, which is what that was. So you're hitting the enemy with another 4 strikes at once if you hit them. It's great. Bitch! Used to be really scared of bees, wasps, and stinging insects. Got over it mostly. Certain tones of buzzing still make you nervous, but I think it's more of a sensory thing. Yeah, I get the same way with stuff like that. I used to be much more okay with it, actually, which is part of the reason I think mine is a sensory thing. Because, like, we have a pool, and I used to always get, like, dive-bombed by bees and buzzy things. Oh my god.
With proper hygiene and grooming, maybe all 3 of you should get acquainted.
Thank you, Dorian. Ow, as I, like, punch myself in the mic. Okay. I used to get dive-bombed by bees and things when I was swimming in the pool, and I used to always, like, shriek and duck under the water. Because what else do you do when you're getting dive-bombed by an angry bee? So I know the buzzing has always bothered me. But, come on, I know there was more to this. It wasn't just one chamber, was it? Was this just one chamber? All that effort for one chamber? Ugh. But yeah, I still slightly get that way. If something is buzzing around me, I just kind of go, please go away. But, you know. If it's like a bee lands on me, I generally jump when I feel things land on me, but besides that, it's not really a big deal. Okay, speaking of spiders, there was one time I was dead asleep, and I've already been here, and I felt this like weird sensation, and it felt like something was crawling up my arm. Like I was dead asleep in bed, my arms up under my pillow. So it felt like something was crawling up my arm, across the back of my shoulders, down my other arm. And it was enough to wake me up, and I was like, what the fuck? Alright, whatever, I'm going back to sleep, I must be imagining things. And then I felt it in the other direction, up my arm, across my shoulders, down my other arm. So I'm like, alright, maybe I didn't imagine that. What the fuck is crawling on me? I want to go back to sleep. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Walks up my arm. I grab at my shoulder with my opposite hand and realize that I have something in my hand. So I turn on my light, open my hand, and realize that I have a very upset little black spider in my hand. So I put the spider down and apologized to her and went back to sleep. Like, that... And I know enough about spiders to know that it wasn't... I can usually identify the type of spider, and I forget what I decided this one was, but it wasn't anything that was gonna be dangerous or anything, so I just went back to sleep. But it was like, oh, I'm sorry, please don't use me as a road in the middle of the night while I'm trying to sleep. Never even got stung until you were 12. You are lucky. I am very jealous. So, since we're talking about stingy, buzzy things and things that bite and all of that nonsense, when I was 3? I went to the beach with my mother and a friend of hers and said friend's kid. And, you know, we're having a picnic at the beach. I'm 3. And I'm eating a sandwich at the beach because we're having a picnic. And a yellow jacket landed on my sandwich when it was already halfway into my mouth. So I basically bit the yellow jacket in half, and it stung me on the tongue. And it swelled up and was awful. So I was pretty... I don't do buzzy things. The buzzing itself freaks me out more than anything else. I am semi-regularly... Let's not go through the canyon the hard way. I can see the camp that I have to set up. Where am I on the map here? God damn it, I'm right in the middle. Okay. Am I going in the right direction here? Kinda mostly. Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, for me, like, I've been stung enough times, like, it sucks, but it doesn't really bother me too much for the most part. Oh, I went in the wrong direction. Okay. What's my... Yeah, I got all 12. Alright, let's go close a rift, and then I'm going to teleport back to the camp and actually use my map the way I'm supposed to. But so, that happened when I was a kid, and then on my... Well, on the day of the party for my, I think, my 10th birthday? Maybe 11th. Anyway, I was young enough, I stepped on, and my birthday's in the middle of the summer, so, you know, it's warm, there's bugs everywhere, everything is terrible. I stepped on a critter, and it stung me, and, you know, everything was terrible. And then my foot was swollen for a week, and I couldn't walk straight. And, you know, here I was thinking I was being a wuss. No, I couldn't walk straight for a week. So I have some kind of gross, unpleasant, bug-related allergy. Or something. Sensitivity, I don't know. But it sucks. I'm not a bug person. Particularly the, stingy bitey type. I also swell up like a balloon if I get stung by something, so there's that. It sucks. But even then, like, I'm more likely to freak out about the fact that something is buzzing around me than I am to so much as react to a bug bite. So, no, I wanted to fast travel. Spent so long not getting stung, and then in high school you got stung twice in 2 days in 2 different parts of France by 2 different species. How does that even work? God. You've got terrible luck, alien. How did that happen? Also, do you know what the species were? Was it just 2 different kinds of bees, or was it like a spider bite and a hornet or something? Because, actually, on that note, if you've gotten a lot of spider bites, be very careful around hornets and bees and wasps and things, because they all have very related venom, regardless of the fact that they are used very differently. I found this out because I worked at a pet store, and I was like, I'll handle the tarantulas and things. I like spiders. And then I found out that if you're allergic to bees, you probably shouldn't be the one handling tarantulas because they have similar venom. So I mentioned that and went, I'll do it anyway because I like spiders and I know nobody else here likes spiders and we have to sell these things somehow. Deliberately overcame your fear by doing a biology report on honeybees in 2nd grade. Never been stung by an actual honeybee. Honeybees themselves, to my knowledge, don't sting very much. I mean, like, if you're right on top of their nest, they will fuck you up. But other than that, I get the impression that, you know, honeybees don't generally sting. Partly because, you know, they die. Honeybees can only sting once, and then the stinger comes out in you and rips out the bee's intestines, and everything is gross and awful, and nobody likes that. Hornets and yellow jackets, on the other hand, as long as they are, you know, not smushed or bitten in half or something, can sting you repeatedly and will do so because they're assholes. Luckily, the only times that I have ever been stung by the asshole type of stingy thing has been when I did literally both of those things. I stepped on one of them and smushed it, and I bit the other one in half so it wasn't going to be doing any more stinging anymore. Like, nah. No spiders to your knowledge. Yellow jacket in Paris during lunch on a school trip. Green fly near a hydrangea bush in Biarritz next day. Bus tour itinerary. Interesting! Yeesh. Yeah, if I remember correctly, green flies are, more closely related to horseflies, so that hurts and sucks and blah, but not usually. I don't think that's the same type of venom. I could be wrong, but I know that I wasn't warned about horseflies, but I've been warned about hornets and yellow jackets and wasps and...
I'm sure you're mistaken.
You're right.
Oh god.
She was undoubtedly looking at me.
Oh my god. Torian, honey. Trip of a lifetime, no lasting bad effects. That's important. I have never been more than a mile outside the country, so I can't really comment. I see the rift. I'm gonna save. I just realized I haven't saved in a while. 13 minutes. That's a very long time in a video game. At least when the video game is Dragon Age and the map is the Hissing Wastes. But yeah, we went to Niagara Falls when I was a kid. So I literally went a mile outside the country when I was a kid because we were still in Niagara Falls. But besides that, I've never left the country. I don't even have a passport. Oh shit, Pride Demons and I got Dorian in my party. Okay. At the time you didn't need a passport for Niagara Falls stuff. Because I still don't have one. I should. Because they do tend to count that as, like, ID. But I don't have one. Please don't come at me. Oh god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Ouch. I was right. I died. Oh, but that was... Alright, I guess that was good timing. If I was gonna go down, because that's the rift. Get that Pride Demon with me! Mostly. Alright. Loot. Yay, rift closed. Alright. So. Look at the map. That's way over there. So we're gonna go get this landmark and then that rift. Maybe. Probably. Maybe. Maybe I should do the rift first. You can travel someday if I want to. Just have to renew your passport. Real ID implemented. Yeah, no, my state, I believe, has the Real ID implemented. Wait a minute. Flying to a state that had Real ID implemented, so you needed to update your passport for a domestic flight? Now I'm confused. Why? That doesn't make sense to me. God, travel is such a headache to me. I don't understand how any of the laws work. I don't get it. And, I mean, there's a couple of places that I could imagine myself traveling to, and France is one of them. But, you know, France, maybe Ireland, just because we've got... Oh, alright, that's a thing that's happening. So, there's a giant spider over there fighting a Red Templar behemoth. I'm gonna just watch for a minute, I think. Because that's fun. But yeah, there's a couple of places I could see myself going, like France, like Ireland, but there's not really very many places that I could see myself going. So I don't know. Needed better ID than your driver's. Why would you need better ID? Most convenient form is the passport. That makes sense. But why? Better ID for what? What did you need better ID for? I haven't actually looked into what the real ID nonsense does, but I don't. Like, why do you need better ID? Is it just like you expected to get carded or something? You didn't mention when this was, and I don't know how old you are, so forgive me if that's a stupid question. To board an airplane. Oh my god. You need... God, that's dumb. Okay. I believe you. I guess that makes as much sense as anything, but that's dumb. Real ID was mandatory. Yeah, that's... God. I don't understand. I mean, I do. But I don't. No? Okay. So this is another thing that I mean about this map being huge and expansive. Because you come across things that don't really make too terribly much sense in the context of the direction that you're going in. Because there's nothing over here! Unless I'm in a different place than I thought I was. Hang on. Let me finish this battle, and then I will check my map again. Because no. Come on, come on. I had you targeted. I did. Okay, are we done? I think we're done. Because this particular little rock thing looks somewhat familiar, but it's not. That's... Wow, no, wait a minute. I'm definitely not where I thought I was. If I'm that close to slay the legendary beast, that means that I'm almost at the oasis. I think. Is that... I'm... Yeah, this is... I'm almost at the oasis. Alright, you know what? I might as well do this. This is the issue with me streaming Dragon Age, is that I make plans and then I go in a different direction because I don't know how to look at maps when I should be looking at maps. And then I go, nah, I'm gonna do this. I'm closer. It's fine. Not that you needed a passport specifically, but more secure than a driver's license, but we can't give you real ID yet because the state is slow to implement, and it made sense because you already had a passport. Yeah. The thing about having something that's more secure than a driver's license makes no... Like, is the real ID thing that they're implementing how they're making the driver's license more secure? Because that's, like, it's not the people's fault that the driver's license isn't secure. That's stupid. Okay, I'm gonna run off the edge of the map if I go too much further that way. Okay. Got the poison spider glands, which are important for some crafting that I don't ever do. Ah! Gurn! Ignore the Gurn. They're angry motherfuckers. Emerald of Vein, give. Oh dear. I think I've just realized where I am, and it is definitely... Oh boy. Yeah, alright, here's the Golden Oasis. This is actually a lot of fun. This is one of the best places in the game for level grinding, especially if you turn on the... what the hell is it called? Even Ground trial. Because even ground means that all of your enemies are going to be at least the Inquisitor's level, if not slightly higher. I just don't want to be coming at it from this direction because I don't want to die the second I hit ground. Which will happen if I just bounce down the rocks. There's a torch, which probably means this is where we go in, approximately. Yep, okay. Here we go! Wyverns everywhere! Yipe. Oh, and this is Nightmare Mode. I haven't fought a Wyvern on Nightmare Mode. That wasn't too bad. The other thing about this lovely nonsense is, once you get to the Golden Oasis, generally the legendary beast that you're supposed to slay for Hunter Mag, spawns almost immediately. But then you also have to deal with
more gentle the next time we
all the other beasties. There it is.
You can take it?
Oh my god.
Yes, but I'd rather not.
Oh my god.
I did not realize you were made of glass.
I love Cassandra.
Bruised glass, thank you.
I love Cassandra so much. You can take it! She's my favorite. Okay. Her and Dorian. If you don't fly and don't need to enter federal buildings, you don't need real ID yet, but it is supposed to be rolling out to be on new and renewed driver's licenses soon. Okay. Taking a family trip and flying. Yeah. It's a Varghest, that's all? That's not what Varghests look like. I'm confused. That's not what Varghests look like. There are Varghests in the Hissing Wastes. I mean, in the Western Approach. That's not what they look like. Oh, well, that's not quite what I was going for. Boom! I like that. 5,019 damage in one go. There we go! There's my quest completed. Slay the beast. Legendary beast. Slain. It kills me that it's literally just the same model as the Wyverns, which, for the record, BioWare is not pronounced Wyvern. It's just a normal Wyvern. It's like shiny Pokemon. It's the same thing in a different color. Except not as well implemented. God damn it, that's not what I wanted. Okay. The other thing that I need to worry about in this location is that landmark. There's a landmark and there's a bunch of stuff that you can collect. But to do that, I have to kill at least one of those 2 wyverns that are now staring at me because I got close enough. The oasis is significantly cooler than the open sands. A sweet fragrance drifts down from the trees. I want to know what kind of trees those are. Are they olive trees? I am in fact saying that they're not saying wyvern right, because it's not wyvern, it's wyvern. I will fight. And actually, I don't even think that's the English pronunciation, like British English pronunciation. I think that's just... It might be an old pronunciation, but I don't think that's even a regional thing. Like, where would we get the pronunciation of something like wyvern, if not from, you know, the people that made up the legend? Not that that's exactly the best logic, because this is the English language and we mispronounce fucking everything. I'm sorry, did you say the name of your country is Brasilia? How about Brazil? That's the same thing, right? It's one thing to just pronounce things badly, but to change the whole word is something different entirely. Okay. Got the stuff. Got the mosaic piece. There was something else under a tree. This tree? No. That tree. Yes. A journal on Dwarven ruins. There we go. There's 6 of these. I've only found 2. Oh my god. A few days ago, I turned from a statue to find a human woman staring at me. She didn't react when I screamed, or when I ran around picking up my drop notes. When I asked who she was and how long she'd been standing there, she quoted some verses of the chant at me, polite as you please. I offered her some water, but she shook her head, pointed to the east, and said, "Blessed are those with fortitude, for they persevere in the name of the Maker." When I glanced back, she was gone. Poor woman must be touched. She seemed harmless, but I don't know how she gets around so quickly in this heat. And wyvern. Ouch. There. I forgot I have explosive arrows with this bow. It's just a bonus for the bow. It's great. Okay. There's the other one. I was going to say, this means I must be close to getting out. But there's another wyvern between me and out. Because of course there is. Yeah. Loot. Oh. Sometimes, and I can't figure out exactly why, but sometimes the bits from the creatures that you kill show up where you're standing rather than where they died. And sometimes you have to run to where they died. Maybe it's based on which character killed them. I don't know. Okay. So, where is my nearest camp? Because I bet that's not as close as it looks. Yeah, okay. We're gonna go, yeah. We're gonna go to that rift, close that rift, go from there. Emerald Vein, give. I have way more than I need at this point. Luckily. Because I'm just upgrading potions. Rocktop Ridge. Okay. I say that camp isn't as close as it looks, but from Latin vipera to Old French weave to late Middle English wyvern, according to Google. I mean, yeah, but, you know, that's etymology, not necessarily this is the exact form of the word that we stole, and then we just mispronounced it. Which is generally how we get things like that. I had a more specific example, and then I lost it. American wyvern, British wyvern. Yeah, no. I refuse to accept this. Oh, this is the lady! This is the lady.
Greetings.
Ours shall be the burden of knowledge, to take into the earth and prove us worthy.
That's from the Chant of Light. Is that a thing? Do people go about reciting from it like that?
The righteous shall carry the Maker's word to every corner of his house.
Yeah, according to Google. I do not accept this pronunciation. I honestly, most of the time, I am more fond of weird British spellings and pronunciations and things. Like, I was saying, my username. I was saying artificer rather than artificer for a very long time because I had only heard the word pronounced in Dragon Age, and I have this tendency to pronounce things either completely wrong or in, like, how I assume it would be pronounced, which is usually not the American pronunciation. But that one, it's spelled with a Y. You pronounce the Y. It's wyvern, goddammit. Oh, wow. Okay. I must usually come to this area much earlier than this, because, like, the simple fact that that took, like, 2 seconds, the lurkers are usually worse than this. Sorry. Alright. I still have Dorian in my party. And there's Pride Demons. Shit. Do this now, so it doesn't immediately murder me. Okay, no, you know what? This is usually worse too, because Pride Demons. Either it's the party that works really well, or I'm usually a much lower level. Just had a friend talking about a fantasy novel series, and we realized neither of us say the fantasy names remotely the same way. Yeah, that was... I tweeted about this during Zeldathon. Every time I hear someone that knows a little bit about something pronounce, particularly names in Zelda for some reason, I pronounce everything differently than the Zeldathon streamers did. And I swear it's just... I just read things differently. And this is like, this is a thing. This is an established pattern with me. Like, I still catch myself mispronouncing the game. One of my favorite Zelda game titles. It's one of the handhelds. It's Minish Cap. Apparently, I was pronouncing it as Minish Cap for years until I talked to one of the people that I know in person that went to Zeldathon, and he and one of the other guys we were talking to at the time just both looked at me and went, Minish. And I went, well, okay, but how do you know that? It, like, I've only seen it written. And they went, Minish, like,
be wary.
diminish.
Come out at night.
And I just kind of got very sheepish and went, oh. Because that makes sense. But it was absolutely not how I read it. Yeah, no, the games had no voice acting, but it, like, it's also like I don't I pronounce things the way I see them, not necessarily making connections to other words like that one. Because that does, in fact, make sense, because you're diminishing in size. But that's not how I... Yeah, or mini. That's absolutely not how I read that. And like I said, for me, this is like an established pattern. I just never say things the same way as other people. Ever. Another one is the Kingkiller Chronicle. About the only thing that I usually say the same way as my friend that lent me the books is the main character's name, because they tell you how to pronounce it in the series. And even then, I say it slightly differently because the the name is spelled Kvothe, so my brain just went, okay, clearly the V is pronounced like an F, so you can kind of say this as one syllable. And that's not what most people do with that either. Because in my head it's pronounced Kvoth, whereas most people say Kavoth, which, okay, it's a V. But yeah, this is what my brain does. It does things that are sometimes somewhat logical but misguided, and other times it just goes, no, I have a better idea. Anyway, I can spell a lot of weird shit, and usually I don't have a problem with spelling things correctly, but man, pronunciations don't come to me. Unless it's like French or Spanish, in which case at least the vowels mostly make sense. The French will take me a minute, but I'll get there. Alright, I'm just gonna leave that, because apparently I can't loot the thing. Have I been here before? I have not. There's still Red Templars. I haven't been here. Yeah! Oh, man. Okay. Can't read diacritical marks, so pronunciation guides are useless. Have trouble hearing stresses on syllables, so you have assignments just to... Oh, iambic pentameter, oh my god. Yeah, it's... I'm relatively good with, like, hearing stressed syllables and figuring out which ones should be stressed most of the time. But, like, diacritic marks don't always register, because we don't have those in English for the most part, unless you're writing the word resume, because the word resume is spelled exactly the same way, and they are not even related words. But and even then the accents are optional because English. But in, like, for example, my cat's name has an accent in it, and it's my issue is I learned Spanish in school, and the accent does the opposite that I expect it to, because the name is Irish, not Spanish. And then, you know, French has like 5 more weird accent diacritical mark things, and I just forget what all of them do, so it always takes me like 5 minutes to pronounce it. But if I hear French, I can usually pronounce the things. Yeah. So I forget which is which. I think the accent agave is the one that's the same as in... Yeah, I think the accent grave is the one that's in Spanish, and I believe in Spanish to French they're used the same way, but in Irish it would be as if you put the accent aigu on it, or écu, I guess. Because it's not a Latinate language. And fuck you, I guess. The accents, oh my god. So yeah, I'm not the best with those just because I can't keep the different languages straight in my head. And I wish that I had had the option to start with French, because after taking a few years of Spanish and then trying to learn anything else, Spanish has been totally counterproductive. Yeah, the sea with the... I forget what that's called. There is a name for that weird little tail, and I have forgotten what it is. But I know what you mean. It's the C in the word facade, speaking of things that English stole and we just don't bother spelling it correctly. Because it's the funny little C with the tail in French, which is where the word came from. But not in English, because fuck you, I guess.
What now?
A dusty note. Selenus, 4 slaves injured and 10 crushed under the rock. We couldn't excavate this entrance with 50 if we keep losing so many. I propose we dig down from the top. There's no other way to reach the tomb without risking another rock slide. Leave this note for the others. I must inform the overseer about our reduction in labor. Devreni. Unless it's Devernix. I can't... Speaking of weird, different languages.
Let's see if they found another way in.
So, the thing about the Venatori, and Tevinter in general, they have Latin names, and speak Latin, and then we're in Orlais. So I don't know if I should be pronouncing this as French or as general Latin nonsense. Don't know if you ever learned the proper name. The circumflex... Yeah. Again, that's something that I know how to pronounce in English and not French. So it's one of those, like, which language am I reading? I can't brain. I don't understand. Evanthum, if your eyes were as sharp as your tongue, you'd have long realized that we found more than just another tomb. This is where the dwarves who built the city emerged from the deep roads. Whatever drove them here, they were determined to stay. The lowest levels were deliberately collapsed. Send Vertus back when he's done with the runes in the canyon. Do not make him lift anything heavier than a quill. That slave cost a pretty fortune. Esteris. Because fuck you! Fucking Venatori slavers, motherfucking... Okay. Save. Okay. Now what? Oh, wow. Oh, God. So this is the other thing that happens in this area. I go places, and then I go, wait, that's where I am? That's way up, isn't it? Where? Where even is that marker that I just put down? Is it over the hill? Because if it's up that high, I think maybe I should come back to this. Yep, it's way up there. Okay. I don't recall if I can actually get up all the way from where I'm at. I don't think that I can. Maybe I'm wrong. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. You're almost at the sandy bit. There we go. Okay. No, we're good. That's where I need to be. Okay. Yeah, I would have to, like, actually make a plan to go in a specific direction and, like, mark out my own map for this to be something that I could plan what I was doing. I have this tendency to go, I have this plan, and then get distracted by everything. So this is not quite what I was planning on doing today, but, you know, that. Alright! Wow, that was fast. Boom! I love the traps. That's a thing. I have traps. This is great. And fuck you! Ugh, okay. Remember when games didn't have fast travel? Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. Especially for something like the Big Oron Sword. Lord, that was kind of rough. And like the I have friends that acquaintances? Anyway, I know people that bitch about the lack of fast travel in the first Assassin's Creed. And I'm just like it's like a minute to run between these locations. What is the problem? You know, it's not like in later games where you're literally traveling across all of Italy. Like, they were very careful to not do that in Assassin's Creed, and I'm pretty sure, at least not the original, and I'm pretty sure that part of the reason for that is because they're making the horse run faster than is possible. But if you ride your horse between the places that you're supposed to be, it's really not that bad. Meanwhile, in Zelda. Then again, so I have a lot of trouble with the precision movements in some of the Zelda games, so I will have like incredibly stupid hang-ups with some of the games. I managed to get stuck in the fucking fire temple. Who gets stuck in the fire temple, you ask? Me. So the problem that I had was right before you get the Megaton Hammer. So you and I'm talking about Ocarina of Time. Who gets stuck in the fire temple in the Ocarina of Time? Ilari, that's who. So the Megaton Hammer, that spiral ramp, the problem is you have to run up the entire spiral ramp in a very short amount of time, and then you have to open the chest before the wall of flame pops back up around it, or Link gets fried. Okay, I don't care to tell you how many times I either fell off the ramp and therefore had to get back to that room and start over, or got all the way up and then got set on fire once I reached the top. So many times. So I put it down, and then I started talking to the individual that I mentioned that I know that went to Zeldathon recently, and I was like, I'm gonna get back into Ocarina of Time. He was talking about Zelda. This is great. And then I picked it up and I did it the first shot. I was so mad at myself. It took 8 months of me not touching the game for me to do that correctly. Also, I want to point out, this spot, this is one of my least favorite spots. Okay, so we're already approximately a floor underground if I'm going from the top of this ramp thing. It continues. Remember how I said being in caves and things kind of freaks me out because I'm claustrophobic? Yeah, we're not done going down yet. This is also a location where Bull has something interesting to say, and I'm really glad I didn't bring him. Excuse me, goodness. Is that in this room? Yeah, it is. Ah! Journal! Yes. It's a paragon. The man who led the people here, who built this city, was Master Smith Paragon Farrell. Legend says he died in the Deep Roads during a war between two Tigers who used his rune work to build fantastic weapons of destruction. If he escaped up here, that means the records are wrong, or someone 1,000 years pretty up the truth about his leaving. The most talented shaper of runes in dwarven history, escaping with his entire house to the surface. Now that will fluff some beards in the shaperate. I love that. My father said our old family business used to be near an archway that was part of Farrell's Paragon statue. I wish I could have shown him this. He's the one who wanted to believe our ancestors in the stone were still guiding us. Be nice to think it were true. Muscle memory is absolutely thing. Several Spyro the Dragon things that tripped you up the first time, and then later playthroughs did it first try, no sweat. Well, see, the problem was I wasn't actually able to do it the first time 8 months before the time that I actually succeeded. I was not able to do it. I was just stuck, and I got frustrated, and I put the game down and got distracted by Dragon Age. I want you to realize that we're still going down. And then I picked it up 8 months later, and I did it first shot. I don't want to fall down there. Still going down. I literally, like, I hate this particular part of the map, this particular tomb, so much, I wrote it into a goddamn fanfiction. Because I hate it.
Only the Maker knows everything about everyone. But it doesn't hurt if people believe it of Liliana.
You encourage it?
It keeps people honest. Besides, if there is anything to learn, Liliana will learn it. I've seen her work.
Right. Good to know.
Especially for you, right, Blackwall? One experience from leveling the skill to do that task. I'm down with that. That's about right. I haven't... Okay, so I have a couple of fix on AO3. I will find you on Discord later. Because this is not something that I necessarily want to put out too far. Because it's shitty, original Inquisitor fic. So, it's about one of my Inquisitors more than it is about the characters. I have a Dragon Age fic that is about the canon characters, but I haven't actually finished it, so it's not on AO3. Farrell hewed the stone and built, as great as any tag in the deep. I don't remember if that's the first one. That's not next. And with his son's help, he ensured the tag prospered and grew. Yeah, okay, so I think it's that one, then this one. The sun burned above oceans of sand. Yeah, okay. So, in order, we have... God damn it, I'm wrong. Okay. There are times when I do things and I think they make sense and then I'm wrong. Alright. Burning Tomb Guardian. Burning Tomb Guardian 2. Or, well, technically 3, because I think we already took one out. Boom. Maybe 4, because I think they spawn 4 at a time. Or maybe I'm making that up. Anyway, so that was not the first one. I thought, sure. Okay. So maybe it's this one first. No. Wait. This one first. No? Maybe. That's... How do I make this into a complete sentence? This one. The sun burned above oceans of sand. Light the thing. But in the sand was stone, strong and true. Light the thing. Farrell hewed the stone. Yeah, okay, because the stone was just mentioned in the last sentence. I hate this, because this one's just 2 complete sentences, and you have to get them in the right order, and they make sense in either order. Farrell hewed the stone and built, as great as a tag in the deep. Come over here. And then the weird incomplete sentence over here. Read. And with his son's help, he ensured the tag prospered and grew. Light the thing. And door.
At least we'll have shelter if the wind comes up.
Will there be a storm?
Better pray not. I was caught in a desert storm once. We dug in, expecting sand, but what we got was rain. Never seen anything like it. We climbed some rocks, but it was days until the waters went down. Lost our supplies in the flood. For a while, I thought we'd end up starving. Or bashing in Wilfred's head for a stew.
Blackwall actually has some interesting things to say. So, the reason I love/hate bringing Bull to this particular location, I'm gonna save real quick. What Bull says when you hit the bottom here is basically something to the effect of, and this is something that I put in that thing that I wrote. It was something to the effect of, man, the dwarves really knew how to build. You could drop a mountain, or the mountain could fall, and this would still be standing, or something to that effect. And, you know, so me, my claustrophobic ass, I'm like, don't drop a mountain on me! Ah! Which, you know, the point was, you could drop a mountain on it, and it would still be standing. That's not what I heard! That's not... God, I hate that line. It's a good line. But, then again, they also imply that Bull is somewhat claustrophobic, but that makes sense because he is a Kunari and he is very large. So he's probably like, nah, I don't want to be down here. Alright. Penetrating mage, take this bastard out. Yes, okay, good. Loot the things. Does that actually help? No. Okay. Loot. Rock, brazier, torch. Okay. And we're still going up. Get me out of here. Please, 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 please. Leave. We're almost out. It takes so long to get out. But yeah, from the sheer amount of ladders and stairs down, I just assume that you are approximately under that camp where they're bitching about, but we can't go down any further. You're under that camp. Okay, I'm gonna check my map really quick. There's so much weird shit. Okay, so my plan here, there's 2 shards up here, 1 shard down the hill. What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to go through these shards. I'm going to hit that camp. I am going to take that camp, because this is also currently under the control of the Venatori. That's weird. Okay. I'm gonna take out, like I said, get these 2 shards, get to that camp, claim that camp, and I'm gonna call it a stream. But I got shit to do first, so we're gonna do the shit. Especially since it's kind of a pain in the ass to get up here. So we're gonna get the shit done up here and get the 2 camps on either side so that it's less of a pain in the ass to get up. There's elf root in the fucking hissing wastes. The shit grows everywhere. Oh, also, as a note, I was bitching about the amount of elf root that I did not have on one of my last streams. I finally just gave in and bought some, because I learned that you can do that at Caerbranach in Crestwood. I just went and fucking bought a bunch of elf root because I have a ridiculous amount of gold. So I used some of it because the Inquisitor can stimulate the economy, I guess? I don't know. Okay. So there's one that's way up there and one that's way directly down under my feet, isn't it? Hey Dorian, wanna barrier me so I can just jump? Oh, or better yet, let's let's barrier the warriors. So if I fuck up too bad, it's gonna go to guard. Yeah! Cool. He took no damage from that. Beautiful. Alright. And now we can just run back up. Who? Me? Abusing the, AI? Never. Is this the easy way to do this? I forget. Gotta go up here to get the shard. There we go. And then... I don't really want to jump down from where the arch is, because that's gonna suck. Usually overwhelmingly wealthy in RPGs, because you rarely buy anything unless there's a crafting cost. Yeah, I make everything, and... my first playthrough, obviously I had to buy schematics and shit, but after the first playthrough, you don't have to buy those anymore because you can just use, there's a golden nug statue that you can just use. So I used the golden nug statue, and now I have all of my schematics that I bought the first time in every subsequent playthrough. Yeah, wear the loot, exactly. Wear the loot, craft the thing, and buy what you can't craft, basically. That's how I do it. Okay. Oh my god, I always forget how big this fucking map is. I am somewhere near this stupid camp, which is going to be the last thing that I do in this stream, but I have to find my way to the fucking camp first. Right, I have to go up here and over the hill and then down. That's what I'm doing. I'm pretty sure. Die. Oh dear. Ow. Son of a bitch. That did nothing. Okay. Cool, fine. Whatever. Okay. Cool. Loot. Loot. Excuse me, Dorian. Loot. Okay. Let's claim the landmark. Pardon. And then... that's something else way down there. There's some shit that I gotta do way down there, but I'm gonna save that for another stream. Because I gotta go, like, make lunch and shit. This camp is only gonna take a minute to actually get through, because like I said, at the moment it is a Venatori camp. So I have to actually take it from them first. But I gotta make sure I'm going in the right direction. I am 90% sure that I am going in the right direction. I'm gonna get this ocularum before I forget. Then we're gonna go take a camp. Oh right, there's a mosaic piece. Ocularum. There's exactly one. There it is. Cool. Which tells me that I am in the right place. Okay. Ah, well, that noise tells me that I have one less thing to do. Okay. Oh, come on. Who took damage sliding down the ladder? Really? Where We're nowhere near the Venatori yet. It wasn't them. My fucking warriors took damage sliding down the ladder. You guys are boneheads. Alright, let's go! Take this camp for myself. Ow. Ah. Is that it? I think that's it. Also, forgive me if that noise is carrying as much as I think it is. Lawnmower. Venatori orders. Members of the Venatori, we are close to unearthing the secrets the old dwarves buried here. The Elder One will doubtless be pleased with our success, but be vigilant. While our work has gone well, the Inquisition and their false herald were seen traveling towards the wastes. Travel together and go armed. Lavellan may have no magic other than the anchor, but the damnable rogue has eluded death more times than can be natural. We cannot allow the Inquisition to take this place from us. If you are pressed, retreat to our main camp behind the Sunstop Mountains. Extra guards will be posted. The Elder One will prevail. Overseer Julex. Well, that tells me that I am, in fact, supposed to get this camp before I take that turn that I almost took, because that brings you behind the Sunstop Mountains. I don't think I've ever found that note before. Sketch of Colossus Tomb. That's where I thought I was a while back, but that is in a different direction. We'll do that next time. And then I'm gonna... Is that just telling me to claim the camp? That's just telling me to claim the camp. Okay. Guess what? Mine.
That's the last of them here.
An excellent watchtower. With a strong pair of eyes, you could spot a mouse crossing the sand.
Luckily, you have an elf.
Inquisition could use this place then.
You have a few elves, as a matter of fact, but, you know. It is quite the watchtower. Anyway, so, let's save and figure out approximately what I'm doing next time, because I did this thing where, like, yeah, exactly, I am an elf. I did this thing this time where I, like, zigzagged around and did things that I was not planning to do and did not do things that I was planning to do, because that's how I play games. So, this is where I started, and I went over here, which I mostly planned to do, and I went over here, which I mostly planned to do, and I planned to go down here and didn't. And then I went up here, and then I went up here. So, most likely, next stream, I'm gonna go down the hill to behind the Sunstop Mountains, which is gonna bring me over here-ish, and down here, and down here, maybe? No, I don't think. Maybe. I don't know. But it is at least gonna bring me down here. Yeah, because at the Sunstop Mountains counts behind the Sunstop Mountains. So I'm gonna start with all of this nonsense up north, and then I'm gonna come down here, and then we're gonna do, I think that's almost everything on this map. I might have a little bit of running around to do to find the other journal entries. Notes on the wastes. There we go. I found half of them, and I know at least one of them is in a location that I literally cannot miss if I am doing this even remotely correctly. And actually, I think there was another location with 2, but I forget where that was. So hopefully I should be able to just, like, stumble across the last 3. I think the 3 that I found today are the weird ones, luckily. So yeah. doing all of the weird shit up north, doing all of the weird shit in the middle of the map, and then final stuff shouldn't take too long. Luckily. Unfortunately, I am not going to be streaming on Friday because I have appointments and things going on that day. So this is going to be most likely a week from today. So there's Nonsense in the Wastes to finish up. That I technically have done, but it's glitched and not removing itself from my journal. I have to finish up in the Forbidden Oasis, which will maybe take 15 minutes once I've got all the shards and things. And then I have a bunch of dragons to kill, and after that, it's pretty much smooth sailing and endgame. That's dragon stuff. Yeah, so holy crap, I didn't realize how close to the end of the game I was. I should have. So yeah, I have Western Approach, not Western Approach, I keep doing that. Hissing Waste stuff to finish up, and then I have Forbidden Oasis stuff to finish up. And then it's basically endgame. Oh, no, I have DLC. That's why I thought I had more to do, because I have more to do that I bought later. The Descent DLC, which takes you into the Deep Roads, and then the Jaws of Hakon DLC, which takes you into the Frostback Mountains. They are both a lot of fun and relatively plot-heavy on their own, which is why I don't regret getting them, even though, oh my god, how dare you make me pay for extra stuff with this game. But I think they're worth it. So there's those, there's endgame nonsense, and then Trespasser, which is technically post-game nonsense. So yeah, that's probably gonna be... Yeah, the Deep Roads, the Descent DLC is very, very plot heavy. Like if you're a fan of backstory like I am, you are going to love the Descent. The Jaws of Hakon stuff is more like world building and culture. The Descent has a little bit of world building and culture, but it's stuff that you probably already gleaned from talking to dwarves if you are deep into the series like I am, so it's not quite as like new-ish culture rich, but it's a lot of backstory for the world because of the Deep Roads and the way they work and the lyrium and all that nonsense. So that actually ties into what Bianca said during the quest at the beginning of the stream that I think you missed. We went into Valimar, and basically, to make a long story short, lyrium is alive, Varric! So I would definitely recommend running back and watching that first hour of stream. It's one self-contained character mission, but it's a really interesting one for world building stuff. Yeah. So that one, that ties into the Descent DLC really nicely. The Jaws of Hakon is more. That's all about the Avar. So it's the culture of a race which was basically just kind of mentioned offhand a few times before this, and then it gets into a culture that is basically based on Vikings. So if you're a Viking fan, you're going to really enjoy the Jaws of Hakon. Like, I specifically recommended it to someone that I know that is super into Viking stuff, and she thought it was amazing. She probably enjoyed it more than I did. I like it a lot, but it's not really like, it doesn't feel quite as much like, yeah, this is like quintessential Dragon Age. It's more like, yeah, okay, they brought in another culture that they based vaguely on real world cultures that existed. Kind of like Antiva is Italy and Orlais is France during certain periods of time. Like, okay, it's cool. but it's not like, this is Dragon Age, this is what this is about. So yeah, I have finish up stuff, which is going to be probably all one stream. I'll do the Descent, I'll do Jaws of Hakon, and then it's Endgame and Trespasser. So that's ideally gonna probably take me about a month, if I had to guess, the way my streams have been able to happen over the summer, because summer is rough. And then there is a week in August where I will basically have the place to myself. So my plan is to start up playing Kingdom Hearts during that week. And I'm debating if I'm going to focus entirely on one game for a while, or if I'm going to be playing Kingdom Hearts for the most part during that week, and then throw in a Dragon Age stream and start up with my new Inquisitor kind of at the same time. I'm still debating on that one. I might throw up a poll on my Twitter, but so I have 12% of a plan. But yeah, anyway, with that, I should probably wrap this up. I gotta go get ready for work and all that nonsense. So, I hope everybody has an excellent day. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I haven't played Kingdom Hearts in a very long time, mostly because I only had it for PS2, and then they came out with the PS4 collection, so now I have it on PS4. And I have ones that I had busted copies of that I can actually play now, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, so I hope everybody has an excellent day. I'm gonna go eat lunch and get ready for work and all that nonsense. I will hopefully see y'all in a week. I am unfortunately not going to be able to stream on Friday or this weekend because my week off is over. But yeah, hope everybody has a good day. Have a good week. I hope to see everybody on Tuesday. Have an excellent week. Adieu.